I delivered a little boy, John Luke Watson, on December 6th, but his due date was not until March 26th. Just kind of a balance between keeping him in there as long as we could, but also keeping my body alive for that period of time. So he was born 4 months early, 1 pound, 7.5 ounces.
On our way home from preschool one day, he was in front of our apartment and wanted to recross the street, and at the same time, a vehicle was coming. Luckily, Adrian was between the wheels. He wasn't expected to make it through the first night. We had one chance to follow, and we were very lucky. The Ronald McDonald House helped us to get here in Fraser Rehab. Welcomed him in.
For the average person to think they understand what it is without seeing it is really hard to describe.
I'd heard of Ronald McDonald only because of the drive-thru.
The first time I walked through the doors, I sensed there was something different and special about Ronald McDonald House.
You know right away that it's so much more than a building or an organization, that it just goes beyond what you could ever imagine.
We can be that soft landing place for those families so that they don't have to worry about where they're going to lay their head at night, where their next meal is coming from, and they can focus all their time and effort on their sick child.
Families who come to us are under the most stressful situations that you could ever imagine. Ronald McDonald House is that one thing that's going to go right.
Louisville's Ronald McDonald House opened in 1984 with 19 guest rooms, and it was opened by a group of loving community leaders who saw a need for a Ronald McDonald House and went to work to make it happen.
It was a pretty sad event when I walk through the halls and see people sleeping on the floor, sleeping in chairs, sleeping in bed with their kids, and this community is just full of giving. And we were able to put together a conglomerate of volunteers, people who saw this as a great idea. And there's nothing magic about it. It's people helping people.
When you think about family-centered care, that home is the core to that. And then I look in the eyes of some of these families and the fatigue, the anxiety, the fear of not knowing what might be happening, but to think that they can get away and they can just take a brief walk down the street and to be able to come here, that comforts me.
We're literally a football field away from our child. That makes me feel better about it, and my wife as well. We don't have that worry of where we're going, where we're going to stay, if we're going to have enough money, or what we're going to eat.
The incredible support that they receive from each other isn't anything I can give them, but it's what they need. Having that kind of access and availability of a home away from home makes it possible. I'm not sure we would succeed without it.
For a child to truly recover, the family has to be involved in that. So when I think about that aspect, the family has to have their needs met.
There's no question that when a child is separated from his or her support system, there's a deficit there, and you've taken them out of their neighborhood and their community, and you've put them many miles away from their support system. And the net result is, at the time when they need support the most, is the time when they have it the least.
Patients heal better when their support network is with them. We help that support network by making sure that the families have nothing to worry about other than their sick child.
And I really believe that connection that we provide to families at Ronald McDonald House truly helps a child heal.
Today, we're turning families away. We don't want that for anyone, right? We want everyone to have access to this really special thing that we believe we have called the Ronald McDonald House.
It really gave us the wake-up call that it's time to grow, it's time to expand, and it's time to be able to continue our mission for all families that need us.
We may be able to serve an additional 1,000 families a year, an additional 2,500 family members per year as a result of us being able to expand. No family who travels to Louisville to seek health care for their child should have to sleep in their car or in a waiting room.
Knowing that there was a place to go to that was going to welcome us and not charge an outrageous amount of money to us was, I can't explain to you what that means. It's something that's beyond words.
You meet these families, and you can be showing them around the house, and you can watch tears start rolling down their face because they feel relief for the first time in days or weeks, and that one family would be worth it.
You can't put a price on that. You cannot put a price on doing something good for somebody else. And until you see the smiles on their faces, then you know what priceless is.
And it's what people need at the absolutely most challenging time in their life.
The feeling that carries the house and that makes this place such a success, it's a feeling of love.
And there's no judgment here.
It is a home, and many families make it their home.
As a single mom, and we don't have ability to have like a permanent residence, especially full-time caretaking for him. So Ronald McDonald House is our home.